Chapter 4. The Call of the Cursed Jungle. The High Priestess's words echoed in their minds, a gruesome echo of the past. MyDyingBride and Vemata stood before the crude map they had recovered from the Durketo cultist sanctuary. Their gaze lingered on the marked area to the south. Where the jungle and swamps blurred, there stood Moonspawn and the Serpent's Skull.
Deep in the cursed jungle,
Murmured Vemata, her fingers stroking the map.
where the shadows dance and the souls scream, the snake's skull sounds inviting.
Her sarcasm could barely hide the anger in her voice.
This is no longer a simple raid, my dying bride. This is a hunt, and we are the hunters.
MyDyingBride nodded slowly, her eyes sparkling.
Exactly. They abused our blood, dishonored our heritage, but they forgot something crucial. The blood they desecrated still flows in our veins, and it burns for revenge. We need a detailed reconnaissance of this area. My scouts are familiar with the rugged mountain regions and the icy expanses, but the jungles of the south are a different beast.
My people have contacts with some native tribes in the edge of the jungle. They are cautious, but corruptibly and hate the Black Hand even more than they distrust strangers. We could obtain information about safe paths, dangerous creatures, and the activities of thecultists.
MyDyingBride thought for a moment.
Agreed. We'll send our most experienced scouts and reconnaissance agents ahead. They're to venture discreetly into the jungle and provide us with information on the best routes, potential ambushes, and the general presence of the Black Hand. Most importantly, the exact location of this skull of the serpent and how it's fortified.
And the two of us?
We'll go last, once the path is cleared and the traps have been disarmed. We'll lead the main assault once we have all the information we need to end this Shadowblade and his damned ritual once and for all. I want no mistakes, no compromises, only total destruction of what they've created. We'll ride separately, each with a fighter, and meet at the river near Frost. There we can wait for news from our scouts.
Chapter 5. The Rough Reception at the River. While their scouts penetrated deep into the jungle, MyDyingBride and Vemata headed south with two of their best men. The journey took them through the barren steppe, rugged hills and hostile territories until the air became more humid and the distant sound of the river reached their ears. Finally, they reached the banks of the wide river, which wound through the land like a shimmering serpent. Here, amidst the first foothills of the jungle, they were supposed to find Nira Frost, a fellow Cimmerian, who ran a logging business along the river. The smell of wet wood and freshly sawn logs hung in the air as they approached a small cluster of huts surrounded by piles of wood. A powerful woman with a weather-beaten face stepped out of one of the huts. Her gaze was sharp, but when she recognized MyDyingBride and Vemata, a smile flitted across her face, softening the harshness of her features.
My dying bride. Vemata, I never thought I'd see you down here. What brings two queens to my humble lumber camp? Trouble, I suppose. You rarely bring good news.
MyDyingBride Trap VOR.
You know us, Nira? Yes. There's trouble. A very old score to settle. We need a safe haven while our scouts scout the jungle, and perhaps some information on the Black Hand's recent activities here in the south.
Nira nodded slowly, her eyes wandering to the two warriors accompanying MyDyingBride and Vemata.
I understand. You're welcome. My camp is simple but safe. And as for the Black Hand, they've been making inroads lately. Their shadows reach deep into the jungle and their minions are becoming bolder. There are rumors of strange rituals and disappearances. Nothing good. Come in, I still have plenty of stew from this morning. And you can tell me exactly what brought you here.
MyDyingBride and Vemata followed her into the hut. The scent of warm food and palm wood filled the room. For a moment, they were able to forget the burden of the task ahead and relax in the Cimmerians' rugged hospitality. But the realization that the Black Hand was already active in this region only strengthened their resolve. The hunt led them deeper into the heart of danger. Chapter 6: The Beasts of the River. The days at Nira Frost's logging camp flew by, filled with the Cimmerians' rugged warmth. While MyDyingBride and Vemata waited for reports from the jungle, Nira told them one evening around the warm fire about a problem plaguing her logging business.
They are damn monsters.
Growled Nira as she added another log to the fire, sending sparks flying into the dark night.
Crocodiles as big as tree trunks. They lurk in a pool not far from here. My best men regularly disappear when they get too close to the water or try to float the felled logs downstream. It's a plague that paralyzes our work and keeps the men in fear.
Crocodiles? Here? So close to your camps?
Yes, they're huge, I tell you, and smarter than most beasts. My hunters tried, but they're too cunning. They seem to know when and where to strike. I've considered moving camp, but that would be disastrous for my business.
MyDyingBride looked at Vemata, a silent understanding between the sisters. These were more than just annoying beasts. It was a way to test their squad's abilities while they waited for vital information from their scouts. It was an opportunity to thank Nira for her hospitality and boost morale in their camp.
We'll take care of it, Nira. Those crocodiles won't kill any more of your workers.
A good distraction while we wait, and a useful exercise for our people.
Chapter 7. The Return to Camp. The hunt was exhausting but successful. The gigantic crocodiles that had terrorized Nira's lumberjacks for so long had been killed. MyDyingBride and Vemata returned to camp with their exhausted but satisfied warriors, bearing the bloody evidence of their triumph, a massive crocodile head and several scale plates as trophies. Nira Frost stood in her hut, her eyes wide as she saw the group approaching. A broad smile spread across her weather-beaten face, and she let out a loud cheer that caught the attention of the other lumberjacks.
You did it. I wouldn't have thought it possible. Those damn beasts made our lives miserable for months.
The lumberjacks gathered, their faces reflecting a mixture of amazement and relief. The weight of fear that had lain on their shoulders seemed to lift at the sight of the slain beasts.
This is more than I could have hoped for. You have given these people back their confidence. How can I thank you?
Your hospitality is thanks enough, Nira. We needed a distraction and an opportunity to hone our skills while we wait for our scouts.
Vemata nodded in agreement.
And it was good practice for our people. Now we know they can handle such threats.
Still, you're welcome anytime. And as for your scouts, they returned an hour ago. They're waiting for you on the terrace. They have news you should hear.